Hi, I'm Casey, product specialist at EarthWay Products, and today we are assembling the PolarTech 90365 model. It's the PolarTech 75-pound to 80-pound hopper capacity, so it holds about a bag and a half of ice melt. And today we're going to take a few minutes to assemble it. It's a really easy assembly, and I'm going to show you the tools that we need. So I've got a knife or a pair of box cutters just to open up some packaging. I've got needle nose pliers. I've got two 7/16 speed wrenches that'll speed things up a little bit. You can do it with an adjustable wrench if you want. You also have a need for pliers. I use vice grips. I find them to be a little bit easier. You've got your instructions. We've got the spreader assembly almost assembled, our two pneumatic tires, and our handle assembly. So let's go ahead and dive in. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to turn the spreader assembly, and we've got the handle hardware right there. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that. We'll need the 7/16 wrenches for that. So I'll go ahead and slide off the packaging here. And we'll go ahead and just flip this right side up so you can see how this handle is going to fit right into there. This is that diamond chassis handle that is exclusive to this model and the 90399 as well. So undo the hardware. It's very nice. It's already put together, so you don't have to hunt through a bag to find all that. As well as all the solid linkage is already together. It does have some calibration ability there, which is nice. So if we do need to adjust the opening for the shutoff. Now you'll notice that these bolts are holding on this part of the linkage here. So I'm gonna carefully slide this out just enough that it's still together because I don't want it all falling apart. So I'm gonna kind of hold it like that in my hand. Go ahead and grab the handle and slide that together. Let's go ahead and feed one bolt through and get one started. There we go. Get this next one started. Perfect. So I'll go ahead and get one of the 1/4-20 fasteners secured. That'll help. And then we'll just get this secure. These are lock nuts, which are really nice because once they're on, they're not going to come loose. So now we'll just go ahead and get this going here. So next we're going to go ahead and I'll flip this around so you can see better. You now have the shutoff assembly right here. It moves. We want to fit the solid linkage into that. There are two adjustment 1/4-20 nuts right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the first one. I'm going to go ahead and spin this one all the way up just to give me a little bit of adjustment. And so this bracket will face up towards the handle. We can just put this together and slide it like that. So we'll go ahead and tighten that there. So now it's on. And so what we want to do is you can see there's open and close. So we'll go ahead, this is full open. I want to make sure this is the hopper has full open, and then I'll go ahead and tighten this down so it's just right there where we want it. We don't want to pull that further than just open because that doesn't really do us any further good. And we want to make sure that it fully shuts off. So I've got them finger tight. I'm going to go ahead and now close it and make sure the hopper closes inside, which it does. So it's fully closed, so I won't get any material leaking through. And it's fully open. So now I'm going to go ahead and just take my open end wrenches here and tighten this down real nice and snug. That way it can't loosen up. Perfect. There we go, that's together. So let's go ahead and move to the tire. So I'm going to flip it upside down. And for the packaging purposes, these little plugs just slide out. We'll go ahead and use our box cutter and get the two components here. Our bearings and our two hairpins to connect it. So you'll notice that in the axle there's a hole closer to the edge and one further inside. The one further inside is the drive wheel. That'll take the longer hairpin, and the one on the outside will take the shorter hairpin. So before we do that, we're going to go ahead and insert the bearings on the inside. And this is a really nice feature to this spreader because it really allows the axle to run freely and reduces a lot of the friction that you're going to find on the spreader wheels. So go ahead and move these tools out of the way. Next tool that we're going to need is the pliers. I'll go ahead and grab the longer pin. I'm just going to turn the spreader like this so you can see what's going on. So you grab the tire, and you'll notice that the tire has a hole on the inside. So we're just going to go ahead and line that up with the spreader axle. We'll just put these together, just like that. Now you'll notice that this comes, and as that spins, look, impeller spinning as well. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my pliers, and I'm going to hold this pin in place and go ahead and grab the edge of this with the pliers, so it'll be a little easier for you to see. I'm going to bend this so then you can't get this to come off. Perfect, there we go. So now you can see that that pin is bent out, and now it's going to hold into the axle. We're going to go ahead and slide this around. Push this axle in, make sure that it's fully seated, and we're going to go ahead and grab this tire, and we'll push the bearing in just so it's fully inserted, and then we get the tire there. We'll get the smaller pin right here, and we're going to go ahead and use the vice grips to grip the pin here. Now what I like to do is I like to use the other drive tire to create the bend. There we go. And you just need just enough for that to hold, and you can see that's bent out. We've got the tires on. Shut-off system is tight. Make sure these bolts are good. Great, we got the setup complete. This is the PolarTech 90365 by EarthWay. Go to earthway.com for additional content and videos. I'm Casey, your product specialist. Thanks for tuning in.